What's up, Lions Nation? This is We Are Lions Nation podcast live preview show for the Lions and Steelers game. We got lots to talk about today. I'm going to break down the game for you, give you our in the zone players and our keys to victory for tomorrow's matchup. Lions taking on the Steelers. Statman?
Hey, Jeremy B. That countdown, it begins
now.
All right. We are here. It is Saturday night, not our usual pregame show, but hey, we had to make an adjustment this week, so we are doing it live tonight. Who we got coming in? We got Zach J in the house already. What's up, Zach?
Oh, man. What's up, Zach?
What's up, Zach?
All right. So, hey, we are sitting right now, boys, at 114 subscribers on the way to 1,000. We're at 114. So if you're watching this, please hit that subscribe button if you have not yet done so. And make sure you like and share the podcast as well. Definitely appreciate all the support we've been getting. And, you know, it shows a lot of comments on everything. So it's been great support, and we really appreciate it. And also, quick announcement. Please be sure to check out our new show, Gridiron Chat, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and Facebook. New show all about the NFL. We talk about the past week's NFL games and top stories from the NFL. It's a lot of fun, so make sure you watch that every Wednesday. Tune in Wednesday, 7 p.m.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Let's
don't
get
forget, this week we cover the NFC South.
That's right. NFC South this week.
Them damn dirty birds.
All right, boys. Well, JB, Statman, we got Pittsburgh this weekend. Lions going into Pittsburgh. I know that Pittsburgh sounds like they're a little banged up, which we'll get to that here in just a moment. But let's fire it up and just take a look at the Lions injury report. Kicker Austin Seibert out with a hip, and Jamal Williams out with a thigh injury for this weekend.
And don't forget, Jashawn Cornell has gone to the IR for non-injury opt-out, which means he opted out due to COVID again this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so, Statman, I'll go to you first, my man. Let's start with Seibert. How's that going to affect you?
Well, it's going to affect us because he's our long-range kicker. Who else do we have there? Is it still the
big burrito?
The big dude?
Santos.
Okay. Well, I got confidence in him inside the 30, I would say. But anything outside of that is kind of risky. But it hurts. It hurts having that long-range field goal kicker to be able to drill a 54-yarder, you know what I mean? Or a 52-yarder or 53-yarder, you know? It's going to be crucial against the Steelers' defense because they're a bend but don't break defense. So we'll see how it goes.
That could definitely lead to Campbell making some calls that he may have to make on fourth down just based on not being able to kick a field goal. What's your thoughts, JB?
It's definitely going to make them aggressive if they're outside of 35 yards.
Yeah,
if they're outside of the red zone, they're not going to let this guy kick a field goal. I say let him sweat. If he dies of a heart attack due to anxiety, so well.
Whoa. Now that's a little harsh there. Don't want to wish injury or hurt upon anybody, okay?
Make that 6'5", 258-pound kicker sweat.
Oh, man. Who did that?
Facebook user says, "Go Pack, go."
Go Pack, go. No, get out of here with that.
That's got to be your buddy. That's got to be your buddy.
No, I don't think it's
they're losing to this.
His name usually pops up. It might be Mike Birch, though. It could be Mike Birch. He's a Pac-Man.
Crazy Ken
says, "Hey guys, what's up, Crazy Ken?
What's up, Crazy
Ken?
Hey,
Dad.
We got Zach J. Says, I kind of like that Jake Verity kicker out of Baltimore. Kicker cut from Baltimore. Well, I know they didn't sign a kicker, so I mean we're stuck with whatever the backup is. And I honestly think when it comes to kicking a field goal, like JB just said, and I said, I really think Dan Campbell's going to be making some. We're going to see some calls on fourth down that we may not have seen just because of that. So keep that in mind when watching the game on Sunday.
I can see if they're like at the 40-yard line, they're going to take 3 delay of games to make it so Jack Fox can pin somebody deep.
That's possible too.
Well, Dan Campbell is like this year's lead coach for the trick plays, so keep your eyes open for that too, because I think he's going to throw some in there.
Yeah. Hey, thanks everybody for popping in and watching us live. Normally we are live for our pregame show on Sunday morning, but we're doing it tonight instead, just for this weekend. So thanks for coming in, hopping in, and watching the show. The other guy on the injury that's out is Jamal Williams. I think we pretty much touched on this on other shows, but still going to be a really big hit for the running game. Statman.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. The short yardage situations. Is Swift and Jamar Jefferson going to be able to step up and, make those short yardage efforts happen? Jamal Williams was our guy, and honestly, the way he's played, his average yards per gain, I say he's the best running back on our team. DeAndre Swift, obviously dangerous in the passing game, but we are definitely going to miss that, tough nose, downfield, hard nose running that Jamal Williams does. And, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Fake Book User says, not sure why my name didn't show up. So it might be my buddy Mike, or it could be Mike Birch, my other buddy Mike. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those two. I know that for sure. Two friends named Mike, and they both like the Packers. So feel really
no pack, no.
No pack, no.
They're fired.
Jeremy B, your thoughts, Jamal Williams, how are they going to do that run game this weekend?
Well, if they use Jamar Jefferson the way they should, like they did in Oregon State, he was a one-cut back that was successful through the middle of the line. So they have to use more of the misdirection and counter plays with them, not go technically off tackle, but more behind the guards. And Godwin did a good job when Williams went down there 2 weeks ago in Philly. He was getting yards. He's one of the reasons why we got a touchdown.
Yeah. True.
I think that's kind of where I was leaning on it. I think you're still going to see Swift doing more of the outside or catching role, and I think you're going to see Jefferson more of the up the gut role as far as someone trying to get through the line. I think Jefferson's going to be the best bet. You don't see that as well from Swift. It works sometimes, but it's not as good as especially Jamal Williams. That guy can power through the line like nothing. Facebook user says it is Mike. That still does not narrow it down for me. I don't know which Mike it is. It's one or the other one. Well, thanks for hopping
Thing one or thing two, they're still a Packers fan. That's their nickname.
I hate the Packers.
Statman.
What?
Who do we have that we know of for the Steelers? Who's not playing for Pittsburgh? What is their injury report looking like? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it. I know Roethlisberger is banged up. Najee Harris is banged up. Claypool's banged up. Jeremy B, you know anybody else?
Those are the three big ones that I know of. There's somebody and their secondary's banged up because both of their actual starters are on the IR.
I want to say Freiermuth is banged up too, their tight end.
And I think other than Micah Fitzpatrick, they don't have a starter in the secondary.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all that I know of at this point in time. I can't pull up the injury report.
it says here that Chase Claypool is definitely out. On Friday, Ben Roethlisberger was full go.
Yeah.
And so was Ebron. Najee Harris was a full go on Friday as well.
Damn it. I didn't want to see either one of them.
So it's possible. It's possible that we're going to see both of those two, but definitely not Claypool.
Big Ben's really good against us, so it's kind of scary seeing him being a full go for Friday. He's got that veteran leadership, and he brings it. So our defense better be ready.
Claypool, Larry says Claypool was ruled out. Only one so far. Yep.
Other than the guys that are on the IR I mentioned out of the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Statman, let's bring up your key stats for the matchup.
Yes, sir. So Lions are -4 in the turnover differential. So that means they have 11 giveaways and 7 takeaways. Pittsburgh is ranked 14th in total defense. They're actually ranked 15th in pass and 16th in rush. So we're really going to have to get that running game going early on and often. Jared Goff is completing almost 67% of his passes. I just wanted to bring that up because everybody always hates on Goff. 67% is really good for a quarterback. I don't care. He's making smart decisions. Yeah, he's not throwing the ball downfield as much, but I think you're going to see that open up a little bit more, especially with the addition of Josh Reynolds.
Thank you, Logan. Jeremy B, any thought on the key stats? What's your take?
I think we better stop Najee Harris from being used in the screen pass, which is where he gets most of his yards from. He also does good, not really through the gut of that offensive line, because up the middle, that O-line is trash. So you got to stop his runs to the outside as well. And the only way you're going to do that is maybe have a couple of linebackers spy on the outside versus blitz and blitz from the middle linebacker position.
Yeah, so you're saying Derek Barnes, Anzalone?
Yeah.
That'd be a smart play.
Well, this kind of brings us into our keys to victory, so let's just take a look at them. For me, I said the offense needs to establish the run, and the defense, I want to see some pressure on Ben Roethlisberger. I think you get pressure on Ben, that really could screw up a lot for Pittsburgh. Statman, you said we need to find a way to – oh, you can read it, can't you? You can go.
Yeah, we need to find a way to run the ball at all costs. Number 2, get the ball downfield for big chunk plays. Number 3, pressure the damn quarterback.
JB, you said use the deep ball to open up the run game, get pressure constantly, and run to control the clock.
Yes. As well as get pressure on the QB consistently. It can't be haphazardly like we have had the last few games.
No, exactly. You're exactly right. That's why I have it as one of my key stats, too. You cannot give, out of any quarterback in the league, Ben Roethlisberger time to throw the ball and find open receivers because he will pick you apart all day long, just like any other quarterback that's up there in the top echelon.
Well, Steven Erickson says, cool background, Logan.
Oh, I appreciate it, Dad. Appreciate you joining in.
Hey, Logan's dad, what's up? Thanks for watching. So, what I want to say is this. I think that we know that Ben Roethlisberger, he can't run. He can't scramble. He's not very quick. So, if you get pressure on Roethlisberger, more than likely, you're going to sack him. I mean, he's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So,
or you're going to be forcing him to get rid of the ball early before routes develop.
And make mistakes.
Yes.
I don't know. I'd have to argue with the point that Roethlisberger still has some wheels on him, even how old he is. And he's built like a freaking tank. Dude can break tackles.
He's huge, but you see him last week try to run. He barely ran 5 yards. He was kind of floppy looking, and he don't have too much. I think if they can get in there, it's going to be hell for Roethlisberger. And I always think pressure is key. Pressure is key, and like Jeremy B said, we never do it constantly. We're not consistent with it. We need to be consistent with pressure. Show some different looks. Find different ways to get pressure to that quarterback and do it. Keep their offense off the field.
And we have to stay glued to the receivers even when he scrambles out of the pocket, because that's where he's dangerous too. He'll wait until that defensive player starts running up toward him, and right over top of him. It's an easy dump-off pass. He does that stuff all the time. So we got to keep that contained as well.
Zach J says he's built like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
They call him Big Ben for a reason.
The other thing is Harris. Harris, that guy, he's good. And he could really put a hurting on us if we don't put a stop to him pretty early.
And stop missing tackles.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. That's been killing us. Every game we have at least like 4 or 5 key missed tackles that could have stopped the run.
I'm tired of seeing the Annalise lunge tackle at somebody's knees.
I mean, I get the biting kneecaps thing, but you don't have to actually go and try to do it.
With a face mask on, you're not going to reach it anyway. So,
and with your head down where you can't even see what you're jumping at.
Right.
The best part is when a guy goes to tackle and he literally bounces off the running back or receiver or whatever, and then he gets up like, what? How did I miss? You know what I mean? Like, that was a shitty attempt at a tackle. That's why you missed.
Exactly.
You see it all the time in the whole NFL. Guys try to shoulder check like it's hockey or something.
I want to see somebody put their shoulder in somebody's chest, wrap their arms around him, and drive them to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Derek
what I want
Barnes
to see.
does that really well.
And you talked about getting JB. You talked about getting receivers downfield. You talked about getting some deep stuff going on, and that is what I think Dan Campbell has also mentioned that he wants to see. So how are we going to see that? Is it Josh Reynolds? How are we going to see that happen, JB?
Well, I think not only is it Josh Reynolds, not only is it Amon Ra being on the opposite side of him, whether he's playing the 1 or 2. Excuse me. I think you also need to think about activating the new kid we got, Travis Johnson. His speed is blow the top off of defense speed. The only reason why Josh Reynolds gets separation is because of his excellent first step. He does not have great top end speed. He's only as fast as St. Brown. Khalif Raymond has top speed, but we've seen he doesn't run good routes, and he also does not get separation.
Yeah, and what I'd also like to see is Khalif Raymond in the slot get open, because I think he's going to be dangerous there.
That is where his game suits him with his smaller size. If you put him up against the slower nickel and linebackers, he will be able to get that separation by running a slant or a crossing route.
Well, have we activated Johnson to the active roster?
I haven't seen it yet. I think, they always wait till like tomorrow morning to do the active roster for the game because it has to be done before 11 a.m. So I'm hoping I see that, because the guy I hope they said is the guy that's second in drops on the team, and he's been here the least. That's kind of real Hodge.
Yeah, I hope Johnson and Reynolds replace Benson and Hodge and just sit them out and see what we can shake it up and see if we can do something different with these receivers.
Well, we got a little bit of news here, boys. This just in. Detroit Lions elevated kicker Ryan Santoso versus Steelers, and they put Austin Seibert on IR.
Yeah, it's the COVID IR. He'll be out for this week.
Well, the injury report does not say COVID.
I know, but that's why he's missing again.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find out if they're going to be, Johnson's going to be activated or not, but I didn't see nothing as far as that.
I would love to see it. I think Hodge has made some decent plays here and there, but he's dropped more than he's made decent plays.
Well, Khalif Raymond is playing, like we talked about just a second ago. He's playing in a spot where he's really that's not suited for him. But if you have, you got another receiver as one on the outside, like you said, Statman, that could definitely open up things for Raymond in the slot because he's quick. I know he can catch. He can catch. And maybe, I don't know, maybe this with Reynolds and Brown on the outside, maybe that changes things up for Goff a little bit.
Not only Raymond, it helps Hawkinson too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to take you. You're not going to be able to double cover Reynolds and Hawkinson. So you're going to have to pick or choose which ones you're going to do. And it's going to open up one or the other. That's what I'm hoping on seeing.
That's what I was trying to say on the show last night. By getting Reynolds involved, using him in the deep routes where he excelled with Goff before with the Rams. Because if you remember right, it wasn't Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods catching the big passes that year. It was Reynolds because he was playing, and they would move Coop or Woods to the slot and put him on the outside and let him run that double post pattern, and he would get open deep downfield, and Goff would hit him accurately.
Reynolds' best numbers were under Goff.
Yep.
How do we actually really think that Reynolds is going to play? I mean, how much did he play when he was with the Rams before they released him or put him on waivers or whatever? Was he actually even playing that much? Is he going to be a little rusty? Do you think it's going to take more than a game for him to get back into it, or are we going to actually see him make some progress this weekend?
The thing is he came from the Titans this time.
Yeah, Titans. That's what I meant. I remember that now.
Because when he was with the Rams, they just didn't renew his contract. So he went on to the Titans.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the Titans, he wasn't being used. That's what I was basically getting at. So is he?
Well, that's because he got injured last year. And then they made the trade to get Julio Jones, and the emergence of their rookie at the slot, it buried him on the depth chart.
Right. So that brings me to my point. Is he going to be rusty this weekend?
I don't know. That's a good question, but we don't know.
What I like about him is his attitude. He's excited to play for the Lions.
He is excited.
Not a lot of players get excited about coming to the Lions, especially playing for $500,000. Nobody really gets excited about that as a pro athlete, but he's super excited to play with Goff again. And he, like he said, he doesn't see a 0-8 team. He sees them fighting every week for a win, them fighting to the very end, no matter what the score is. That's what he wants to be a part of.
Well, look, we've heard it. Right. We've heard it from the opposing teams, guys like Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford. They all said it. Detroit is not an easy game to win for the most part. They're not. They're not easy to beat. The Lions are not just a walk-in, walk-out team. They give it 100%. Reynolds even said in his press conference that even if he was just there as a leadership type of thing, he would be happy to do that. He's just happy to be there. So I hope it plays out like we all think it. We are thinking it may, with how it will be set up with Hawkinson, with Khalif Raymond. But a key factor in all that working is for the run game to be able to work. If the run game's working, that's going to help out the passing game 1,000,000%. If we can't run the ball, JB, then they're going to be all over the passing game.
Yeah.
But the reason why the run game hasn't been working is there's no deep threat on the team. If there's no deep threat on the team, then all they got to do is stack the box and stop the run.
And now they don't have really much any film on Josh Reynolds this year because he hasn't played very many snaps. So they're going to be going off a couple years ago, and then the Lions are going to have schemes for him. We're going to see it. I think Reynolds is going to be a bigger impact than a lot of people think.
I just hope he can stay healthy. My only issue with him at being 6'2", he's under 200 pounds. That's a very small frame for such a tall guy.
Yeah, all I'm really saying is that I hope that he can come out and it can be laid out like we're all thinking it's going to be, and it works. I think you got to have the passing game to have the running game, but I think you got to have a running game to have the passing game. It works both ways. A good balance. Go ahead, Statman.
Hey, Jeremy B., while we got a chance right now, you want to talk about our sponsor here?
Yes, I would love to give a special thanks to A1 Tire and Auto Repair in Saginaw and Bay City, 2 locations to serve you. We have new and used tires, custom wheels, and at the Saginaw location, we also do window tinting.
Beautiful. And Statman.
What's going on? Oh, all right. Yeah, you want to check out wearelionsnation.com to find all the We Are Lions Nation podcast gear needs. We got that Smoking the Hopium since 1934 sweatshirt. And then also you want to check out that really sweet sun hat or that bucket hat. Awesome. I own one myself. If you guys watch the show, you've seen me with it on. It is real dope. So check it out.
Yeah, check out all our merchandise, and thank you to A1 Tire and Auto Repair for the sponsorship. And also thank you to everybody that's watching right now for our preview show. We appreciate everyone jumping in. And we had another comment that I brought up, but then we did the sponsor. Who is that, guys? Who is that?
Oh, what's up, Dom?
What's up, Dom?
Detroit Dom in the house.
Says Reynolds is
nice.
An unknown quantity in Detroit, but unknown is better than what we have.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have Easy coming in saying, "What up, though? What's up, Easy?
What
are you doing, Easy?"
Man. Yeah, I think we have a good idea of what we can do. I think Dan Campbell has a game plan in his head. What exactly is he going to do this weekend? That's up in the air as well because he wants to do certain changes. But what changes are we going to see from Dan Campbell? That's a big question mark, I think. One of them is the fact that he wants to get that ball deeper down the field.
Yes. We need to open up that pass game and spread it out a little bit. Help out Swift and Jermar Jefferson and Godwin. Got to give them some help, give them some open lanes so where the box isn't so crowded in there with 7 or 8.
So we got Taylor Decker coming back, right?
Yep.
So
yes.
That puts Sewell on the right side of the line, correct?
Yes.
Has to be better than Matt Nelson.
Who do we know that's on the opposing side of that right side of the offensive line? Who's going to be on the opposite side of that?
TJ Watt.
That's the point I wanted to bring up. I didn't want to forget to bring this up. So you could have TJ Watt going against Sewell. I don't say his name like that. I don't know, but so we've seen Sewell go up against Aaron Donald and do
the likes of Nick Bosa.
Yeah, we've seen him do a hell of a job. So I'll go to you, Smoking JB. Are there any worries there with TJ Watt going up against Sewell?
Yes, it's a worry because he's fast and he comes from the outside. So therefore, Sewell's got to keep his head on a swivel. The only thing that I know is that in that situation, especially if it's a run play, you're going to have Hockenson helping him to negate TJ Watt.
Now, what about the fact that Sewell is moving over to that side of the line he's been on the other side this whole time. So how's that?
He played three preseason games there. Yes, he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. He'll be average to good at the right side versus average to piss poor.
It's that, man.
I think he's going to do great. I'm not underestimating our coaching ability with Fraley. I think he's going to do a great job with Sewell and get him ready for TJ Watt. And I know he's going to be watching film. I think they're going to be chipping a lot with the running backs, doing chip blocks, running backs, tight ends. They're going to have somebody over there helping Sewell out with TJ Watt. He's a handful for anybody in the league. I don't care if it's the top right tackle in the NFL. He's going to have trouble with TJ Watt throughout the game. So I don't really have concern because I believe in the coaching staff, and I believe they're going to get him ready.
Now, before we go to our in the zone players, hey, Statman, if let's say you're just sitting there on a Wednesday night and you want to watch a good show on Facebook or YouTube that talks about, I don't know, the NFL, where are you going to be at? Where are you watching? What are you watching Wednesday night?
Oh, We Are Lions Nation Gridiron Chat on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. That's where I'm going to be at. I'm going to be right here with you guys.
That's right. And everybody else should hop into. Brand new show, did really well last week. Had a lot of fun with it. We got NFC South this week.
So basically, we're going to be talking about Tampa Bay. We're going to be talking about the Saints. We're going to be talking about the Falcons and the Carolina Panthers.
Yep, and we're going to take a look at the playoff picture after this week, see if anything changed, and we will also, like I said, we will break down that NFC South for you all this Wednesday night, so make sure you tune into that. And please, if you have not, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you're clicking that like button, especially if you're watching right now. Click that
like it.
I want to see some likes pop up before the end of this show. Come on, everybody. You can do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our in the zone players. I'm going with Jared Goff this week, fellas. I think Jared Goff has to have a good game this week and, get that ball downfield. It's going to be in his hands to make that happen, amongst others, but mostly him. Statman, you mentioned this earlier, but Josh Reynolds, your in the zone player, and JB going with DeAndre Swift. Now, I'll go to you first, Statman. Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, I think he's going to come in. I think he's going to score his first touchdown with the Lions against Pittsburgh tomorrow. I think he's going to have a right around 75 yards, and I think he's going to have about 5 completions. I think he's going to be a little bit more of an impact than what people think. Him and Goff is just going to be an instant connection, just like it was in L.A.
And JB, you said you're going with DeAndre Swift, but you had a little bit more with that. So why don't you break it down? Why DeAndre Swift this week?
DeAndre Swift has to pick up the slack due to the fact of the lack of Jamal Williams. He cannot have the league lowest yards per carry average after this game. He has to do better in the run game. It's not so much his passing game. We know he's good. We know he does well there. But his running game has to improve. And with the improved play of the offensive line, having the bookends right finally, that might actually help him a lot.
So let's break it down just a little bit before we move on. DeAndre Swift, we've seen all year, excellent in the passing game. Excellent. But what stops him in the run game from being that dynamic? What do you think is going on with that?
He's not a between the tackles runner, and they keep running him up the middle, and he gets stuffed because he does not have the body or the type of takeoff to get through the line that fast. And those big D linemen just eat him up.
He's better in open space.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
I do think there's some things like I like how he sometimes can be patient when he's running the ball. I like that a little bit from him because he can find the holes and he can run, just not as well as Williams up the middle. No, I mean that's for sure, 100%. But like you said, JB, maybe the newly offensive line coming in this weekend will definitely help out with that.
Well, he's a smaller built running back too. I mean, he can run up the middle. He just can't do it very often because you're going to take a risk of hurting one of our key players on offense. You just don't want him running between tackles.
Dom says Swift should have more opportunities for outside runs with Decker finally back.
Yes. Completely agree with you, Dom.
And that's the kind of runner that Swift is. Give him the ball to the outside or pass him the ball, and he can make some plays happen. That's why you sign a guy like Jamal Williams to take in the other aspect of the run game. The guy that you need 4 yards, Williams is going to get it more than likely. He's that kind of guy up the middle. I'm talking, and that's what sucks about having your power back on the bench because you have to try to make up for that in other ways. So maybe we will see, like Dom said, maybe we'll see some outside runs from Swift. Easy says, you guys are doing a great job with this channel for real.
Yeah, appreciate that, Easy. It means a lot to us.
Appreciate that, Easy.
We are trying. We are working hard every day to bring new content or new we try to bring in new stuff like our new show. We just thought of doing that just so we can change it up a little bit, and we try to have fun on this show. We'd like to invite everybody in and comment. We got our Friday mashup show where we make our picks. We usually bring in different people for that. I mean, we have a lot of fun, and you know what? We just have good conversation.
God damn it, I missed it.
And Jeremy B just missed it.
You missed it.
Yeah, I missed an entrance.
If you don't, I'm just gonna say this, and I hope you're okay, JB. Mr. JB
Yeah, I'm fine.
is going on an official date right now. He's headed to a date with someone that he's been wanting to date for a long time. So we gotta wish JB all the best tonight on his awesome date.
May you
Thanks,
get
brother.
everything you're seeking in the date.
Yes. If Dom says if Lynn is insistent on running Swift up the middle for the love of God, counter or misdirection.
Yeah, or draw
Yes.
plays. Delayed handoffs.
Those work with Swift really well, actually.
Yes.
Delay handoffs do. They really do.
Because it gives time for the offensive line to set up the blocks. He has time to see where he's going by the time he gets the handoff, and then he's got one cut and he's gone.
Easy says, if you're new
Agreed.
here, it's definitely worth the subscribe. Again, thank you, Easy, for the shout out. Appreciate that, my man.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, and share, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Dan Leonard, you should bring in the Island Boys. Absolutely not, Dan.
Island boys, just trying to make it.
No.
Well,
No.
I mean, Logan, if you're up for it, you could show the fans your little spoof to that song.
I'm saving that for my TikTok, my new TikTok. Okay.
All right, so check
For
out
the show.
Check out the We Are Lions Nation TikTok.
I'll be doing it.
Logan's gonna show you a little treat, a little I don't know what you call it, spoof.
A remix of the Island Boys song that's been viral. It's gonna be Lions Fan.
It's really good.
Hey, going forward, talking about the new addition, Travis Johnson. There's been a couple of guys who have been guests on this show that actually know him personally, and
Yes, Quinn and Brennan.
they have been raving about him ever since we picked him up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I keep getting all the details from the guy, and I watched YouTube videos on him, his highlight films, and he's pretty good, and he's actually not that bad of a passer, so you could actually use him in like
A
those
trick
trick
play.
plays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell loves those, so I mean that could open up the offense tremendously.
Dan Leonard says, "Good luck, JB. 75 years in the making."
You bastard.
And
Hey, thank you.
Zach J says, "We are just Detroit boys, just trying not to go 0-17."
Yes, yes.
We're
I
just
just
some
wanna see
Detroit
2 wins.
boys.
Hey,
Trying not to
wait.
go 0-17.
I want to see 2 wins. You want to know why? Because then we will not have an 0-16 on our record for the second time in the last 20 years.
Hey, so what team we got? NFC South. You said we have who do you got on that? What teams?
We got the Tampa Bay Gronkaneers, the Atlanta Dirty Birds, the New Orleans
Saints,
and the Carolina Panthers,
So you heard it
also
from
known as
Campers.
You heard it from JB. You got the Bucks, the Saints, the Panthers, and the Falcons. If you are a Bucks, Saints, Packers, or Falcons fan, let us know this Wednesday night. We'd love to hear from you on our NFL show. So just let us know if you'd like to be a part of it.
Yes.
Well, boys, I gotta go because I gotta use maps, and
All
that
right,
means I gotta
smoking
get
Jeremy
out.
B.
Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget
Yeah.
to subscribe, like, and share.
JB,
Soul
you have
Man,
a good night, my
Stat
friend.
Man, have a great evening.
You too,
Yeah,
buddy.
have a great night, man. All right.
Now the real show starts. All right. So, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I hope JB sees that. Statman, I mean, that was pretty much it. I guess final thought for me is to, you got to pass the ball downfield. That's one of the biggest things we haven't seen all year. And I think we got to contain Roethlisberger, like put him on the ground a few times. He's hurt. I mean, he's technically is nursing an injury right now. So hit him a couple times, and see what I don't know. I just want him to win so bad because I know they can.
All right. Well, my final thought is it's kind of not Detroit Lions related, but it's kind of life related. You got a friend or something that, just needs a helping hand. You got somebody out there that you notice is struggling and you have the opportunity to help. Please, help them out. Take that moment in time, talk to your friends. The ones you haven't talked to in a while, check on them, make sure they're all right, because suicide is a real thing. It's a real thing that people struggle with daily, and you just don't know what people are going through. So just make sure you check on your loved ones and, help them out when they need it. It goes a long way just to talk.
Yeah, glad you brought that up. That as someone who has dealt with that firsthand, it completely destroys you as a person for a long time. So if you do ever have thoughts or you're feeling down, do not hesitate to pick up a phone or reach out to someone and just let them know how you're feeling, because that little bit of talk could save a life. Just if my dad would have done just one phone call, maybe would have changed everything and he'd still be here right now. So like you said, Statman, if you're ever down or if anybody ever, just don't hesitate to reach out and talk to someone.
If you don't have anybody and you feel comfortable talking to us, I'm more than willing to talk to you guys. Anybody out there that's struggling with it. I got a lot of information. I've dealt with it personally. So, I mean, I'm always ear to bend if anybody needs to talk about anything. So just leaving that out there.
Yeah, we're here for you. If you want, shoot us a message, man. We'll talk to you. I am down, just like you, Statman. I'm down to talk to anyone that needs a little bit of help. That's just kind of people we are. And from experience, like you, it always helps to talk to somebody who's been through it or dealt with it. And both of us are right there. So, yeah, love it, Statman. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and I thought I seen a comment from Easy come up.
Yeah, I took it down just for a second, but it says, "Let's go, JB. I hope you hit the hole harder than DeAndre Swift tonight."
Oh, man, I should not be laughing at that.
Then he says, laugh emoji. JB, I hope you get in that gap like TJ Watt. That's
my goodness.
Dan Leonard
Stop
says,
it.
Well said, Logan. Easy says, great message, Statman. Says, hell yeah, you guys made my night talking football with you yesterday.
Hell yeah, anytime, man. Every time we have a show, you can hop on Friday nights. Anytime, man.
Wednesdays too?
Yeah, Wednesdays too. You want to hop on?
Yeah, we'll shoot you some details about this Wednesday, Easy. I know you said you might be able to make it this Wednesday, so just let us know. We'll definitely have you on board for that NFL show. Hey, Statman, why don't you go ahead and get us out of here and get us all pumped up for that game tomorrow?
Oh, I'm closing it out, baby. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield, and when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, 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 go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. Go Lions! Let's go, Detroit!
One pride.
Get us a dub.
Hell yeah. Hey, for the Statman, for Smoking Jeremy B, I am the Soul Man. This has been We Are Lions Nation podcast live pregame show. Hope you all enjoy the game tomorrow. And we will see you after the game for our reaction show. Can't wait for that. Everybody have a great Saturday evening.
Yeah, and have a great weekend.
Yes.
Love you all. Thank you for subscribing. If you have subscribed, and if you haven't, please get out there and do it. And I appreciate all the support you guys just watching us. So.
Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody.